Hello, I'm so glad that you have joined me tonight for this healthy hangout. We are talking about the muscular skeletal system, the muscles and the bones of your body. So a lot of times when we talk about muscles and bones, with that is pain and joints and arthritis, fibromyalgia, things like that, that are with our bones, maybe broken bones. There's two different types of pain that you can talk about. There's chronic and there's acute. And so the chronic is something that's going to be going on all the time, something that is more irritating and something you just kind of have to live with. And the acute is like, okay, a pain, I sprained my ankle, I broke my arm, I have an injury. Then that can also lead to chronic. It depends upon how well you do to help doctor it. So let's talk a little bit about, so those a lot of times are the illnesses or diseases that are with our bones and muscles, but let's talk a little bit about our human skeletal system and how everything works together. So the human skeletal system is both very strong and very light. In addition to supporting the body's shape, bones protect internal organs and store minerals and manufacture red blood cells. Bones last more than a lifetime. They remain long after the person dies. Skeletons, have you ever found an animal or something out in the woods? All of their flesh is gone. Everything else, muscles are gone. The bones stay. So looking at a skeleton in a museum or a science class, maybe out in the woods, as my boys, mom of boys, you would think that bones are dry, crumbly, and just for structure. However, when they're inside the living body, they're much more alive. They're growing and changing like all other body parts. So bones don't just grow to a certain size and stop. Bones are a constant state of growth, being torn down and being rebuilt repeatedly. Long periods of inactivity can cause the bones to reduce their mass, leading to loss of strength and flexibility. And a lot of times, have you ever heard move it or lose it? There you go, your bones and your muscles, okay? It's true about our entire skeletal and muscular system of move it or lose it, jointly referred to as the musculoskeletal system. So think of bones as a bank account where bone tissue both is deposited and withdrawn. During childhood or adolescence, it's much more bone deposit than withdrawn as the skeleton grows in both size and density. The bone generally reaches its maximum size between 18 and 20 years of age. Even though it's no longer growing in size, it's still living tissue constantly being used and replaced. For most people, the amount of bone tissue in the skeleton, known as bone mass, peaks in the late 20s. At that point, bones have reached their maximum strength and density, and up to 90% of peak bone mass is acquired by the age of 18 in girls and 20 in boys, which makes youth the best time to invest in bone health. It's also why so many times in that age of, young kids and young people, they break their bones because that density, it hasn't been dense. Then we go a stretch of period from 20 to 40 and 50. We're doing good. And then when you see past 50 and all the way up to 190, 80, 90, 100, you see more broken bones. You fall and you break a hip. You fall and you break this. Because the density mass takes away then with the older you get. And then whenever before you have reached the age of 20, it's less because it's depositing. Makes sense? Okay. So does that mean once you're past the age of 20, you can't build stronger bones? Absolutely not. Minerals play a huge, huge part in the role of the healthy skeletal system. They are the building blocks of bones and can be found in many different foods. Minerals are elements that actually occur in nature, the earth and the rocks, unlike vitamins that are organic and can be destroyed by cooking. So processing and oxidation of different, whenever you're cooking vegetables and stuff, it takes it out and it doesn't have as much calcium in it. So minerals are taken up by plants into forms that the human body can assimilate. The primary role of minerals in the body is the structural composition of the skeletal system. So they also maintain body fluid composition and are essential to protein and enzymatic reaction. Keeping minerals in balance in your body, in every organ of the human body, is key to maintain optimal health. So which minerals are best for our skeletal system? Calcium. We all know that. Calcium. That's what you've heard. Calcium makes your bones grow. So what they tell us when we were younger, drink milk. It will help your bones grow. So a lot of times we still stay with that myth and people think, oh, drinking milk helps your bones grow. That's something that was taught to us. And I'm in my 40s, and so it's something that was taught in the younger generations. Drinking milk helps your bones grow. However, the milk today does not have all the minerals. It doesn't have the calcium in it that it used to have. So that's a myth today, okay? So calcium is the most abundant in healthy bone. It's the most abundant in healthy mineral in healthy bones. It helps maintain good bone health, supports nerve function and muscle health, and clots blood. Bones are formed through bone mineralization, which uses calcium and phosphorus to join and form calcium. Phosphate, a main component of hydroxyapatite, gives structure to the bones, and calcium cannot be made by the body. It must be acquired by food. Green leafy vegetables, seeds, and nuts are some of the best that are rich in calcium. If a person's dietary intake is insufficient to maintain calcium, it depends on the functions of the body. So the body will draw calcium out of the bones, which time after time will lead to osteoporosis. High acidic foods and foods containing excessive amounts of phosphorus will leach calcium from the bones as well, okay? So take that in mind. The older you get, when you've got that stretch there, how are you losing bone mass and bone density? It's by the things that you've eaten. So is it important to eat great between your 20 and 50? Yeah, but it's important to eat great all the time to keep it going, okay? So good foods for the bones: black pepper, cabbage, fish oils, parsley, onions, garlic, kale, broccoli, turnip greens, milk, cashews, low-fat dairy and cheese in moderation, especially respiratory issues. Great concern. Grass-fed beef, sesame seeds, green peas, whole grains, pumpkin seeds, lima beans, Swiss chard, spinach, and legumes. Bad food for your bones: sugar, sodas, and excessive red meat. They're very high in phosphorus. So sodas, why sodas? Why are they so bad? I tell my kids this all the time because, you know, kids, they always want a Coke or something like that, you know, a special treat. Maybe drinking Cokes is maybe something that your kids like to do, or your teens like to do a lot of times. Those sodas are pulling the calcium. They suck the calcium out of your bones. So I tell them all the time, you're growing and you really need that calcium to build strong bones. So if you drink this Coke or this soda, it's going to pull it out, the calcium out. You're not going to have strong bones. And it's so true, so true. And so make sure to help your kids understand that and why it's best to choose a better option. Okay. So, we're going to talk about some things that help with the muscular and skeletal system. Let me kind of talk a little bit about our muscles as well. I am loving to follow this Healthy Hangout with the Now What book. It's a great guide. It's going to show us exactly, tells us what are great to order, and then has our 4-month plan, so we'll know what to order on our wellness plan, okay? And so something that I want you to talk to also about as far as the proper nutrition that we talked about for bones, but when we use an essential oil infused product, it helps our body absorb the nutrition from the foods that we eat, and it makes the nourishments of the supplements bioavailable. So we can even use the Vitality essential oils as dietary supplements, and then also our supplements that we have, it actually helps it to get into the body better. So of course, I'm going to tell you that Ningxia Red is the first place I would go, okay? So Ningxia Red is one of the first supplements that I would start. If you're looking to get stronger bones and muscles, I would start with drinking Ningxia. We drink this 2 ounces a day. You can drink up to 8 ounces a day. And all the antioxidants that you need to help make those bones and muscles strong, this is going to help tremendously, okay? You're going to see a huge difference in your overall health just by drinking that. So first things first, that's where I start. Secondly, there's a few supplements that are must-haves in our home for our growing boys and our mom and dad that are getting older too, that we need to really be aware to take care of our bodies. So those are, okay, so we talked about calcium. So you've got Super Cal. Super Cal is the supplement that you can get. This actually helps to prevent osteoporosis. And then once you have osteoporosis, this actually helps the density in your bones. So if you are not taking Super Cal on a regular basis and your bones are really thin or you need some more density in them, I would suggest looking into taking Super Cal. Mega Cal is also a great one. This is a powder. This is a powder that has magnesium in it. See, the Mega Cal, it has a lot of magnesium in it as well as vitamin C and zinc. And so this is great. It's got a little bit of a lemony flavor to it, but it's great to drink before bed or upon waking because it's phenomenal for your bones, the calcium, and the magnesium that your body needs as well. It's going to help you sleep really good if you take it before bed. Another one of our favorites, Amino Wise. Amino Wise is just overall. Just start drinking this and you're going to see overall health. But it also has a ton of different stuff in it that it's got calcium, magnesium, zinc, sodium, potassium, vitamin E, but it has so many different other things in it, L-citrulline and things like that with the amino acids, that it's going to help take that soreness out of your muscles. You know, if you go outside and you are working in the garden, or maybe you're walking, or you're getting in a new regimen, drinking this Amino Wise is going to help your muscles feel really, really good because you're burning that amino acid, and this is going to help replace that with good stuff. Okay. Okay, here's another one. BLM is called BLM, Bones, Ligaments, Muscles. Great supplement to take to help your bones, ligaments, and muscles. It's loaded with wintergreen and clove, 2 essential oils that are great to help your body feel really good. I don't have a bottle of that to show you, but I do have a bottle of Agiles. And Agiles actually helps in the same way. A lot of people that don't prefer BLM, they like Agiles. Agiles actually helps with the acute and that inflammation that you're trying to reduce. Agiles. It has turmeric in it. You know what turmeric is? What color it is? Ta-da! Turmeric. It's got turmeric in it. Let me see if I can get it home better. So it's got like a turmeric color to it. Turmeric is great for inflammation in your body. So we've had some broken bones in our family. And so when that happened, I started doing a lot more research on, okay, bone regeneration, bone healing, natural things. And the 2 supplements that we were like not without, and I like overstocked on them because I was like, okay, we're going to get a lot of this, is these 2, Omega Gies and Super C. These were 2 supplements that we used because Super C is a vitamin C and the calcium. But vitamin C, not the calcium, just vitamin C. Vitamin C actually helps with bone regrowth, bone regeneration. Okay, so make sure you're taking vitamin C if you need support with your bones. However, it won't be absorbed unless you take vitamin D. Vitamin D is found in omega dries along with fish oil that is going to help to absorb that and take that as a deposit and put it into your bones and exactly what it needs. So these two were must-haves. This is a very small one to swallow. Does not have a fishy taste to it. If your child can't swallow, you could open it up and put it in something like a smoothie or something like that, something that's going to really mask the taste, okay? But the vitamin C comes in chewable, and it comes in a tablet to swallow. And so, but this is crucial. This was huge for the bone health for the boys whenever we needed it the most. Okay, Mineral Essence. Mineral Essence is actually like a tincture, and it's a balance of full spectrum of ionic mineral complex enhanced with pure essential oils. According to two-time Nobel Prize winner Linus Pauling, who has a PhD, you can trace every sickness and every disease and every ailment to a mineral deficiency. Ionic minerals are the most fully and quickly absorbed of minerals available. Okay, so this is going to help promote healthy bones by supporting the body's resorb bone tissue and deposit new bone tissue. Okay, it provides excellent source of calcium, magnesium, vitamin K, and D, and helps support and contribute to the maintenance of healthy bones using calcium, magnesium, and a unique matrix of essential trace minerals. Now, if you've ever tasted this, you can go blah, 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 because it's very stout. Now, you can put it in with your Ningxia and doctor it up and add some essential oils and stuff like that to it. However, I use the capsules. I put this in a capsule and I take it. The vegetable capsules, I find it very helpful just to take one dropper and drop it in there and swallow it. That way I don't have to taste it. It goes past my taste buds and gets into my body, okay? So that's my favorite way to take it. That is the way that I take it the easiest and the best for me. So find out what works for you and use it and take it, because it doesn't work unless you take it, right? All right, one other thing I want to talk to you about is the einkorn products. Do you see the einkorn flour, einkorn granola, and even our einkorn crackers? Okay, so that's one thing I want to talk to you about inflammation. If you have inflammation in your bones, inflammation in your muscles and in your joints, I strongly want to urge you to make a switch to the einkorn because the gluten in it, okay? A lot of our bread with the, you see go gluten-free, 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 right. But what else is in it that it may be gluten-free, but what other chemicals are in it that may not be good for you? So that's one thing that you need to know. With the einkorn wheat and all the einkorn products, it's a hybridized, it's not you don't have any pesticides, you don't have any of that stuff on it. So it's a completely different wheat. It's like way back when they used to grind up the wheat and stuff like that and make their flour. That's what we're talking about. You can even get the wheat berries if you want to from Young Living and grind up and make your own too, okay? So that's one thing. I would make a switch is to the einkorn products and kind of go from there. So two things that have been game changers for our family are the CoolAid pain cream. Now, those that have arthritis, they say this is amazing. I personally do not have arthritis, but they say it's absolutely amazing for that chronic pain in your hands and that chronic inflammation of arthritis. Now, one that we love for our muscles is CoolAid Sports Gel, bones and muscles after sports, after we have overworked our bodies, no matter what we're doing. Maybe it's sports, maybe it's working in the yard, maybe it's just playing in the yard. This is phenomenal for that. This is for something that you just kind of need to cool down and need that instant relief right there. Also, it has aloe vera gel in it. And so the other day, I was even able to put it on my skin that got a little hot, and it cooled me down too. So it's very helpful. Would you like to see what's in my sports bag? I thought about that. I thought, I should totally just show them what's in my sports bag. So I'm a boy mom, right? And I have 3 boys. 2 of them are very active in sports. This is my sports bag. So this is your active fit kit that you can get with Young Living, okay? Look on the collections or the kits and put active fit kit on there and it will show you. So, but it's more than just the active fit kit in this kit, okay? You want to get all the stuff that comes in the active fit kit, you want to keep that in there. But when you open this up, and this is like falling out because I just pulled that out. So let me show you. When you open it up, then you have other oils and stuff that are in it. Do you see this? See? Look at this. I just kind of slide that in there and I had it zipped up. All right, so do you want to see what's in my Active Fit kit? But yet this is my go bag for sports. I have my big giant purse or my backpack that I carried, different stuff. It depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll carry my purse to church and then we have a game that afternoon or something, so I just throw this in it. And so, but this is my go bag for sports. I keep this with me. If I'm out of town and my husband has to go with him to sports, take the go bag, okay? What's in it? Well, of course, Valor, because you need to have courage to play any sport, okay? Deep Relief is a great one to have as well. Our 2 roll-ons that are in here. These are phenomenal for, this is great for emotional support, but also if you take a ball where it shouldn't, if it doesn't hit your glove, or maybe your basketball comes down and hits your whatever, this is great for that as well. But also Deep Relief, both great for your whole body and to help your body. Of course, the sports gel. And then my 2 vitalities over here, Clove and Copaiba. So Clove and Copaiba. These are 2 must-haves in our home. Copaiba actually helps reduce the, it helps your body react to injury the proper way, okay? So if your body has an injury, you take this. So this goes under their tongue whenever they get injured, okay? Clove is actually so great for any type of injury as well. Did you know it's in Thieves, right? But it's also in a number of our different oils. It's in Panaway. And so, but say they get an injury in their mouth or something like that, Clove is great for, it just numbs it. It numbs everything down. And so that's why those 2 are in there. Because, I mean, how many times in basketball, especially, you get hit in the mouth, or you get an elbow or something like that. So those are those things. Those are the reasons why. All right. Then over here, I've got Wintergreen. It's very affordable, but so good for just that instant relieving of any pressure that if you get bumped or something like that. Geranium. Why do I have geranium in here? Geranium's a flower. It's kind of girly smelling. Guess what? It helps to stop things whenever they are bleeding. So when they get hit in the nose or if they cut themselves or something like that, this will actually work as a hemostatic and it will stop the bleeding. I have seen, I use it all the time. It very helpful for the kids. Stress Away is great. It has Copaiba in it. It also has lavender in it. Lavender is also great, but this is a go-to for if they, like I said, if they didn't get their glove there and the ball hits them or something like that. This is great. I just pour it on. It also calms them down and helps them kind of chill out a little bit. Endo Flex helps their endocrine system. It helps with, the teenagers that, roll their eyes and stuff like that. And it also helps with the toddler that's in the stands, that has been sitting in the stands for 4 or 5 hours and they are about to lose their mind because that's their life, is sitting in the stands watching their brothers play. So it's very helpful and it helps the mama kind of chill out too, okay? Then also, last but not least, Aroma Ease. Aroma Ease is great for those butterflies in their stomach before sports and things like that. And so it's also great on the car ride that you're going to the sporting event and there's like millions of winding curves and all of a sudden your kid goes, oh, I don't feel that great. That's why it's also in there, okay? So that's my go bag for sports, okay? Great for bones and muscles as well. So, little side note there. So, 2 roll-ons you must have, Deep Relief and Valor. Both are great for must-haves, though, for your bones and your muscles. Do you want to see what's in this? Look at this. Look how old that is, that label is. So this is a roller lid, but you know, you get to the end of your bottles of oils and you have just a little bit left in them. I take this and I pop it off, and I have poured in, this has Panaway, it has Copaiba, it has Idaho Balsam Fir, it has, I don't know what else in it, but this sits on our countertop in my kitchen, and it is all of the oils that are for any type of relief that they may need. And so when someone comes in and goes, oh, I just rolled my ankle, oh, I just slammed my hand in the door, things like that, I just get this and I just like put it on. And so no questions asked. So I'm like, get the oil, get the oil. And so we go from there. Okay, so I want you to think about, and like I mentioned earlier, Wintergreen. Also in the kind of mint family is Peppermint. If you're putting oils on and you don't see that much of a difference, 1, are you putting them on often enough? 2, throw some peppermint or Copaiba on it, and it will drive it in deeper into your skin and into your body. It's amazing. You'll thank me for that. Okay. So let me talk to you a little bit about, and of course, Thieves Vitality. Like I mentioned, the Thieves has clove in it. And so this Thieves Vitality is going to be great for your bones and your muscles if they don't feel like they should. Okay. Okay. So with talking about how I try to like be a visual learner for my kids and for other people that are learning and stuff. So, and I'm looking outside in this Oklahoma, you know, all the time, the wind is blowing. And so you look at all the different oils that are good for your bones and your muscles, and most of them are trees. You've got Idaho Balsam Fir, you've got Cypress, you've got pine. Why is that? Frankincense, you know frankincense is a tree, right? Heliochrysum, okay? You've got all these different ones that are trees or shrubs. And if you think about it, whenever trees are growing and they have deep roots, they're growing real big, and then the wind comes and it gets cold and they really have to withstand and they really have to push. They push all their life force up. Actually, that's when they harvest, is whenever it's the coldest, because they cut it off because it's actually the life force is the strongest. But if you think about that, you think about trees, what is a tree for our body? It's our bones and our muscles. That's what's holding you together. If you didn't have your bones, you would just be floppy skin. Your muscle, you know, controls it too. So you've got to have that. So think about the trees and how they build and they're strong. That's what you want. So I always think about bones and muscles. I think, oh, just trees. So a lot of times if there's an issue, I'm like, oh, I just have to grab something. Grab the tree oils for your bones and your muscles, okay? Those are also the most helpful whenever they're fixing something. Because think about a tree. If you go to a tree and you cut a limb down or something, it heals itself and it goes back and calluses up and everything, right? And so helpful. So let me go through those again. Pine. Pine is great. I love the smell of pine too. Who doesn't love pine? Frankincense, okay? Idaho Balsam Fir. Now, the Idaho Balsam Fir and Idaho Blue Spruce, don't get those two confused, 2 different oils, but they don't stay in stock long, so get it if you can. Cypress, I love Cypress. Cypress is great. Cypress actually, whenever my youngest one, he broke his arm first. And whenever he broke his arm, I literally took a roller like this, and it actually, I made it label this a broken bone. And I poured in so much into that bottle, and then we just rolled it on his feet, his legs, and his other arm, and his body absorbed it. And he only had to have the cast on for 3 weeks. He broke both bones. Like literally his arm was going back this way, like this went back this way. And so so he broke both those arms and both those bones. And he healed up so great. He was taking the chewable C, vitamin C. And I read a story that Cypress helped a man to, an older man that was in a motorcycle accident, and helped to regrow his bone back. So I thought, man, if it can do that for someone who's in their 50s, I'm trying it on my 3-year-old. Broke his arm the day before he turned 3, okay? So I had a roller blend, and I poured, it had heliochrysum, it had Copaiba, it had Idaho balsam fir. I'm looking at all these ones. Like frankincense had Palo Santo. Palo Santo's a tree too. I saw those at the Ecuador farm. Had cypress, a lot more cypress than anything else, and had wintergreen. Wintergreen was helping with that. And so I had it in a roller, and we would just roll it on, like, constantly. If you think about it, put it on. That's what I say about that. So when it comes down to all of your bones and muscles and all the different, arthritis and simple back pain, strains, sprains, bruises, things like that with your bones and muscles, first of all, what are you eating? If it's something that's chronic, like arthritis, fibromyalgia, stuff like that, what are you eating? What are you putting in your body that you're getting those results? Nightshades are something that always can cause inflammation in the body. Do a little research on that and what's a nightshade. But what's going in your body to get the results coming out of your body? 2, are you using your oils and your supplements enough? If you're not, that could be the problem, because if you say, oh, I just put wintergreen on once a day and it didn't help. If you are having where your joints feel stiff and stuff, if you use it, the pain cream, put the pain cream on. If you're hurting and you're in pain, put it on. And if it doesn't work the first hour, put it on the second hour. If it doesn't work, then put it on. Then put it on. I literally gave this to one of our neighbors that broke his ribs. I gave him this and a bottle of Agiles because he said that the pain medicine wasn't even touching it. And so he didn't give it back to me. He used it all because it worked, okay? And so if you find someone that needs it too, show them this video, share with them, and let them learn as well. So thanks for joining me tonight or today. And thank you for tuning in. And I hope that you learned a lot in this Healthy Hangout, and stay tuned for many, many more.